Hallo zusammen, das ist der heutige Funky Virus Talk. Ich heiße euch ganz herzlich willkommen. Mein heutiger Gast ist Sarah Bowman. Sie ist eine Sängerin von Iowa aus den Staaten, lebt mittlerweile in der Schweiz und hat gerade vor 2 Wochen ihr Album herausgegeben, Empty Houses. Und ich möchte mit ihr ein bisschen über das reden und es würde mich freuen, wenn ihr zuschaut. Sarah, nice that you take time for this talk. That's very nice.
Thanks for
How are you today?
Good.
Good.
We're talking about some funky virus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The cough.
Yeah.
So tonight you will play at this place. We are in the Parterre in Basel.
Yeah.
And you show your new CD and your new stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe can you tell me a little bit about the new CD you...
This is it's a CD called Empty Houses, and that's partly because I recorded it in an empty concert hall in Bern.
In Bern, yeah.
And these guys who are warming up upstairs, they helped me by lending me some recording equipment, and then after I recorded everything, we decided, hey, why don't we play together?
Okay.
And so they recorded also on the CD, and they are Olli Hartung plays guitar, and Sammy Bauer is playing the drums on the record, and also tonight for the concert.
You have also a girl, she plays cello?
Yeah.
Tonight also? Or?
No, she's not here tonight.
Okay.
No. But because I played so much cello on the record, and I can't play guitar and cello on the stage, so she is the girl who lent me her cello every time I came to Switzerland, and then when she's in New York, she has my cello to use in New York.
Okay.
And that's Seiju Voser.
Okay.
She's from Lucerne. Yeah.
Okay. You live in Lucerne right now?
Well, I have to update that. I actually live in Stans.
Oh, Stans, okay. It's in the same direction.
Yeah, but I'm actually a Nidwaldener.
Okay. But you come from Iowa, and how long you're in Switzerland now?
Well, I've been coming with my twin sister for... we spent at least 1 to 2 tours in Switzerland over the last 5 years. But we never lived here until I moved here in middle of August. So now I live here for 1 year.
And how is it for you, so the different culture?
I mean, I get Swiss people. I don't know, I feel very at home here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But I just need to learn the language, so that's the biggest difference. I've lived in so many places, but I never lived somewhere where I didn't know the language.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah. It's
what they talk.
Yeah, I can manage a restaurant or a grocery store.
Yeah.
But it still takes me a long time. I'm looking at the back of a box going, what is that? But I'm getting there, you know.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so and now you're on tour with your. It's the first solo album.
It's actually the second solo album, but the first one was over 10 years ago. So this is really a new start. Yeah. As a solo artist. Yeah. Okay.
Before you were on the road with your sister, Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now she is always she's in America.
Yeah. She used to be on the road with me. We played so many concerts together. I realized one day that when I was looking through our tour itineraries that we played more than 1,000 concerts together. Yeah. And that's why I put that in the website, because I thought, well, this is something. Yeah. Yeah, we've played so many shows together that it's really strange for both of us to not be together now.
Okay.
But
it's another thing, huh?
Yeah, especially for twins, you know, but we needed to, at some point in our lives, we needed to explore our own individual wants and dreams, and she's a visual artist, and New York is the place for her. So she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm here.
What do you think about the scene in Switzerland? Because the scene in Switzerland is more smaller than in USA. So
yeah, well, the thing is, that's one thing that's really appealing about it is that in USA you mostly meet people and then they're gone in a flash, and then you go somewhere else and you meet a lot of people, and then you go somewhere else and you end up meeting so many people, but you don't create any connection or long-term relationship with other musicians I'm talking about. But here in Switzerland, because it's small, if I, for example, meet somebody on Facebook, well, then I meet them again in real life. That doesn't always happen in the States. It's just too many people. But you know, and I can actually go to see their concerts and get to know their music in New York, even in New York, let alone the United States. I have so many friends who play music, and I love their music, but we're all playing on the same nights, and so we're lucky if we get to see a concert. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So I want to talk about your new CD. You told me it calls Empty House because you're recording in an empty house.
Yeah.
La Capella.
Yeah.
La Capella. How is it for you, the feeling of an empty house? It's also maybe like a symbol for something?
Yeah, it's more than just the recording there. The first song on the album is called Planters for the Weeds, and that's something like a planter is something that you grow a plant in. It's the thing that holds it. And I was looking for a home, just dreaming of sometime I would have a home, because I lived just out of my car for 6 years, and I never unpacked the suitcase for 6 years, so almost 7. So you know, I would live somewhere maybe for a week, which was really like a long time, or later it got to be maybe a month, but never my own place. So I saw all of these houses that at some point they were somebody's house, but now they're just all covered in plants and things. And I just think, how can it be that there are so many houses left just rotting there when we're building so many other houses? And how can it be that there are so many people who need a new house who wouldn't take an old one? So it's this idea that to help the idea of old houses to become new houses again, instead of building like crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're recording the most instrument alone, so you play cello there, Wurlitzer, a guitar, and of course the vocals.
And the piano. I didn't think I was going to play the piano, just that there was an amazing piano in the concert hall. And so I thought, I'll see if I can still remember how to play. And it happened, and it worked. And then I, you know, after I left the concert hall, had a Wurlitzer at home, and I'm the kind of person who takes whatever's in front of me. I don't want to waste time. If I have an idea, I need to get the thing to translate that idea.
Okay.
And the thing is the Wurlitzer or the cello or whatever I can reach and grab. That's how it happened.
Okay. Mostly. And how is it? Do you hear these things or these ideas if you start to write a song, or is it maybe is it in progress? So maybe you put a Wurlitzer inside and then you think, oh no, maybe I need more cello in there. Yeah, it does work like that, where I get the basics down, whatever I write the song on. So I either write on the guitar or I write on the piano, or I'm starting to write with the cello. But the Wurlitzer and the cello primarily were things that after I sat and listened, I found the space, had the idea come, and then just put it in there, and then listen again, found more space, some ideas come, and that was the luxury of recording this way. I didn't have to pay somebody by the hour. I didn't have to plan everything before I went in. And so this record is really different because it's more inspired, I think. It's less, you know, the previous records that I did with my sister, we played those songs hundreds of times before we went into the studio. And it's totally different. This one I wrote on that stage. Okay.
Yeah.
And you were absolutely by yourself, alone? Was it a biggest wish to do it really by yourself? Or?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Yeah, because I I get sort of stuck. If people are around, I start to worry about these people. Oh, am I wasting their time, or what? Or do they want to go eat something, or This way, I never had to think about that. I just, I get so focused that if I don't want anything to interrupt me.
Okay.
And I had that.
So then you can take your time. You can go eat if you want. You can go sleep if you want.
If I remember, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then after you were go to Amsterdam, Holland, and make the recording with Tim, genau.
Pim
I
Kops.
don't remember. Yeah. Was it also an idea, or maybe?
Well, Pim is. I'm so lucky that the musicians I know are so great, and he was in my mind, and we were talking about coming for a visit, and I told him, I'm doing this album, and that he would be so great for this album because he already knows my music. He recorded before with my sister and I. We tried something before, and
you know him a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it just I went there for 6 days, and he has a studio in his house. We just did that, and Ollie sent some tracks to us while we were in Amsterdam, and we were just doing things like taking it off the computer right away, and then adding some things, sending it back to Ollie, and we did that also with Mike in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And my friend Jean Montez, who does the Haitian Creole on the song for Haiti, he also sent me his voice with the lyrics, and he translated to Creole, and everything came together just, like that, coming from everywhere by the end. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it was the opposite. It was like just me, and then it was like the whole world could be possible with this, with technology, the way we can do it now. With Dropbox, just send some file and it's on the record.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That's a special thing from this time, from this era.
Yeah, I couldn't have done that even 1 year ago. I don't think these services were not as commonplace a year ago. It wasn't Dropbox. They have to have Dropbox, and I have to have Dropbox, and now everybody has it because of this project.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can do it again. Yeah.
How is it for you when you write a song? So when do you know now the song is ready for recording?
I think it's when I finally can get out of the decision-making process, when I'm not deciding anything anymore, when I sing it from start to finish and it just goes naturally, then at that point it's ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then now it's ready. Now I can go to the studio or I can recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not deciding, should I have a verse there or should I take this line out, and that's all finished at one point, and then we can move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is it, you musician Ollie and Sammy, can they also put ideas into your songs, or do you give the songs and say, look, you have to play it so like this one?
Yeah, no, I just let them do their thing, and then I told them whether it worked or not, or could you try this or not. Yeah, I didn't have a preconceived notion of what they should play. And also Darren Hain, he's living in Basel. He mixed and mastered the CD, and he's the one who would say to me, this doesn't really work now, does it? Can we try cutting something? So I would go to the computer and bring up the sound files and maybe cut some things away because I got too ambitious at the end. I had too much fun, So all of them, they are part of the process that made the final sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have you told me a song for Haiti because you were give a study there.
I taught music there when I was in college myself. I went down to teach cello at a music festival for the summer.
Okay.
And then I grew some strong connections with the people I worked with and also the children there. And so I came back again later in the same year. But all these years passed since then, and it stayed with me. This place and this experience was really powerful for me. And then, of course, when I found out about this earthquake, I checked right away what happened to the school and to the children and to the people I know, and what happened to Port-au-Prince and some of the other places that I stayed, Jacmel. And it was devastating. It was unbelievable to read that it was gone, that it was just everything that I spent that summer, everything in my mind that was so romantic and inspirational and everything, you know, everything was gone. So I had to do something. I didn't want to just sit around and be sad about it, you know.
Okay.
And so I got back in touch with Jean Montez. He's a cellist and a composer. He conducts the music program there. And I told him I wrote the song. I read the letters from some of the people who had been through the earthquake, and I took from these letters and made the lyrics, the story for the song. And I told him about it and what can we do. And he said he's bringing instruments to the children who lost theirs. And so what we can do is sell the album here, and then some of the money from these special edition albums, that money goes to his project, and then he brings, with that money he can
now you collect for this
for him. And
Great.
so we have the website and everything. It's pretty direct. It's me to Jean lives in New Orleans part of the time, and then he lives in Port-au-Prince, so then it goes there. Just this.
Erzähl es. Also wenn ihr das auch möchtet unterstützen, dann könnt ihr auf der funkyvirus.ch-Seite schauen. Da ist der Link unten gepostet, wo ihr drauf gehen und dann schauen, wo ihr könnt Geld spenden oder eben ein Album kaufen, dass ihr auch etwas weitergeben und das unterstützen in Haiti. I told them they can also collect, maybe we put the URL in on the site, and people can go and help you with this project.
Help me to help John to help them.
Okay. Now you have this CD, and maybe you have next songs for another album. I don't know.
I do, and the question is, do they go with Claire to be the Bowmans?
Okay.
Or what next? So I do have songs, and we have to see what happens. So in 2012, the plan is to make an EP with the Bowmans. And we're actually making a Christmas album we already started for next year. Because of the harmony singers, you know, we have to do it. And a covers album came to mind. I don't know if we'll do the covers album, but I just started to really enjoy singing songs by other people, which I neglected to do.
Okay.
So this can happen with Claire and I too.
So you have many ideas.
Yeah, always. Too many ideas, not enough time.
Oh yeah. Okay. And do you miss your sister very well now?
Yeah, like crazy. We Skype every Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, in the evening, because she has Mondays off, and yeah, I try to save this time.
Does she also plays instrument? Or?
She plays the violin, but she wouldn't admit it because she's shy about it. Yeah, but she plays percussion. She's really good with the tambourines and things like this. She plays them like a real instrument. It's really impressive what she does. And yeah, so the two of us, we sound like a full band, even though we're just two girls with our shakes and rattles and guitars.
And make the backings and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I think it's a big difference if you were so many time on the road with your sister, and now you're on the road with the band. There is no women.
Yeah, well, say you.
Is it a little bit crazy for you? Not crazy is not really not the right word. Is it a little bit? What's the difference for you?
Yeah, it's different. But you know, Claire and I toured for the first couple of years. We were touring, the two of us, in a 7-piece band, and everybody else were guys. You know, so this is much different than that. Those guys who drove us crazy after a while. Because we were doing double time. We opened the show and then we also played in the band, so we were doing double time. That was exhausting. But here, these guys, I knew Ollie and Sammy before, and you know, we're not. Yeah, everything's just happening really so naturally. I don't think of them as guys so much, you know. But It's different for sure to not have, like I said to Sammy in rehearsal, he sings with me, and he couldn't understand how I'm phrasing a certain word. And we were trying to get it together, and I said, why can't you just be Claire? Like, just, you know, I never had to think about how I sang.
Okay.
Because she just would have done it that way. It's natural to us.
Yeah.
But to everybody else, the way I sense music, it's not natural. So that's the biggest difference, I think. Yeah, but these guys are so good. They get it so fast anyway. So... yeah, it's not work.
Maybe in 2 or 3 years it's also natural to sing with Sammy.
I think,
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe sooner than that, you know. Yeah.
Or Claire come
to
Switzerland.
I've been trying that one too. Yeah.
When you woke up this morning, you had a song in your head.
I did. What was the song? It was a ridiculous song. What was it? Oh. It's just from a movie I saw recently. Have you ever seen Love Actually?
No.
Oh, there's this song this guy sings. I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. He's making a Christmas album out of a standard love song. And he keeps screwing it up. And it was stuck in my head. That's what I woke up with this morning. It's not really that interesting.
Happy song and you feel well.
Yeah, the sun was shining finally. So maybe this is why.
What do you think? What's happened tonight on stage? What's your biggest wish?
Well, my biggest wish is that the songs are communicated, no matter if I have a sore throat or if, you know, everybody had a long day or something. My biggest wish is that people get into the mood and the emotion of the songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it will happen.
I hope so.
I say thank you very much for this talk.
Thank you.
And I wish you a nice and very good concert tonight.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure we will hear and see a lot from you in the next time. And
I hope so.
Switzerland, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Next time it'll be in Swiss German.
Okay.
We'll talk in Swiss German maybe.
Maybe we try. maybe then you're better than me in English.
Don't overestimate me.
Okay. Ich möchte euch noch darauf hinweisen, dass ihr jetzt am Schluss noch ein bisschen ins Konzert hineinschauen könnt. Wir schneiden das reinschneiden. Und ich wünsche euch viel Vergnügen. Wir sehen uns wieder in 2 Wochen. Bis dann.
Places I've never seen, and I end up inside them. Weeping little girls.